Thanks for tuning in for another video on my channel. Today we're going to be looking over wardrobe do's and don'ts when it comes to being a woman in media, specifically a TV news reporter or an anchor. So behind me you'll see that I have a rack full of clothes, and these are specifically all of my work dresses that I keep at the station every day. So I have about 36, 37-ish dresses that are on this rack right now. A lot of them are, doubled up on hangers because I've kind of run out of space on the clothing rack here to keep all of my stuff. So definitely a lot of things that we're going to look over today. What styles look best, colors, patterns, all of that good stuff. So as you can tell right now, I'm not really wearing a fancy dress. I'm just wearing a regular t-shirt because this is typically how I look after the shows are over. I just got done doing the 5 and 6 a.m. shows, and now for the rest of the day, I'm just kind of trolling for stories I can bring for tomorrow's shows. So first of all, let's kind of go over the things that you should and shouldn't do when it comes to looking for clothes that you want to wear on air. The lights that are here in this room that I'm sitting in, one of our green rooms, are the exact same light. So the temperature of the color and the intensity of the lights that are in the studio. So this is a really great place for me to kind of show you the colors that are going to look nice in this light and the colors that don't really do so well. So some of the first tips as far as it comes to picking out clothes you want to wear, really should try to stay away from black and white. White and black, both of those colors wash you out on camera. So if you wear a lot of black on camera, you'll start to look like an undertaker, and it just isn't a really great look. Typically you save maybe 1 or 2 black dresses or shirts that are really nice, have really intricate details on them, or something that's a pattern in black and white. White will wash you out. So I'm already pretty pale, and if I were to wear a stark white dress, I would look ghostly on camera. No amount of makeup would help. That's also another thing, is if you're wearing a lot of makeup, good chance it's gonna rub off on white, and that doesn't look good on camera either. So you want to stick to really bright, beautiful tones, or jewel tones, which is what a lot of people call them online. So things like this magenta dress look really nice on camera. Yellows, oranges, really bright spring-like colors are going to do well on just about anybody. Another thing to keep in mind is your seasonal colors. So whatever season you portray, if you're a summer, a spring, fall, things like that, that's something else for you to keep in mind. And there's quizzes you can do online that, look at the color of your veins in your arms, your natural hair color, your eye color, all of that stuff. And that will help you determine what colors will look great on you. Or if you were to go to maybe a department store like Macy's, Dillard's, JCPenney's, places like that, store attendants might be able to help you with that as well. I don't specifically know what my season is. I don't pay attention to it that much, but if you like the thought of that, it could work out really nice. Another thing to be really conscious of is the fit of the clothing that you're wearing. So sometimes on camera I will wear just a regular shirt, a blouse with nice pants. But what I'm figuring out, and what everybody figures out at some point in their career, is baggy clothes don't look good. And just because you think your shirt fits you nicely, on camera it doesn't translate as well. So that's the issue with a lot of clothing, is it just doesn't translate. What looks good in person might not look really good on camera. So a really big thing is be conscious of the patterns you're going to wear. I have this beautiful New York & Company dress that's orange floral pattern. You can't wear this every week because people are going to recognize that print. The other thing with prints is you don't want them to be super busy. So this is a very bold and large print, so it doesn't get lost in the camera. But if you were to wear, checkers or stripes or really tightly packed floral patterns, it gets really dizzy on camera, and you don't like that too much. Another thing to keep in mind is that you don't want your clothes to be too modern. You want them to stay with the times, but you also want pieces that are classic and you can wear for years to come. Otherwise, you're going to be changing your wardrobe every year, and you don't really want to do that. It's expensive to buy new clothes all the time. So you want to find simple dresses, simple wardrobe staples that you can wear for years to come. Back onto the note of wearing pastels and jewel tones and things like that, you want to try to stray away from really pale looking clothing. So anything that has a wash of color like pale blue or greens or anything like that, it gets even more dull when it's on camera. So you really have to pay attention to how bright or dull the clothes are that you're wearing. A classic in any news anchor reporter's wardrobe should be the wrap dress. It looks great on camera. It hugs, you know, your midsection, makes you look a little bit thinner than you might be. So I do have quite a few of these purpley pink looking dresses, magenta colored. And then I also have a lot of reds, deep maroons. So I feel like this is a color that works really nice on me. Doesn't go out of style. So like hot pink dress, whenever I'm feeling a little daring. Wear my maroon dresses when it's a little more of a serious day, probably. Keep these orange dresses for days that I just really want to look my best, maybe, because these brighten you a lot. So I know I said to be really careful with busy patterns, but sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. It is a lot of trial and error and figuring out what's going to work best for you. This is like a faux wrap dress that I bought on Amazon, and I love the pattern. It's kind of like teardrop looking. It doesn't look super busy on camera, and it's nice and bright, and it just kind of wakes up the screen. So there are some exceptions to every rule. And another pattern dress that I have in like an orange color is this stripe. So you're almost always told never to wear stripes, but this sweater dress just looks amazing. So aside from the obvious, you know, purpley pinks that I love to wear and reds and oranges, I do gravitate towards teal colors and other green shades because I love the color green. But colors that are, you know, kind of dull like this don't necessarily show up great on camera. So it's only once in a blue moon that I wear this specific dress, or even this Michael Kors one, which is another really pale shade of green. So you just really need to know what the colors are going to look like on camera. So even looking at this in person, this is a forest green, but on my camera it's showing up like a very pale teal, but it is forest green. So I'm just gonna pull up a few of my favorite dresses to wear on air and kind of give an overview of them. So this is a Calvin Klein dress that has nice little ruffles on the sleeves, and it has a tie in the back. So you can tie it in the back or you can tie it around the front, and it makes this a really nice form-fitting dress. It's not super heavy, and the color shows up really nice on camera because it's a vibrant teal. And then I have this green dress, another one that I bought from Amazon, which is like a beautiful emerald shade. It has kind of this keyhole cut out right above the chest, so it sits right about here, and it has a cinched waist and like a little slit at the very bottom. And this one is just one of those days where you're just like, look at me. Again, another exception to one of the rules, a black and white dress. So this one is a combination of the two, so it's not overpowering on the white part where it will wash me out, and the dark doesn't make me look too, you know, morgue-ish. So when I wear this, it's really nice because it also has another kind of cinched waist, and it gives my specific body type a slimmer looking fit, especially with this pattern. So I really like this one, and it's a Tahari. Another Amazon dress, which is kind of wrinkly right now. So cinched waist, kind of a lower neckline, but not revealing. I don't wear anything that shows too much cleavage. And this one sits a little farther off the shoulder, like a half sleeve type thing. Has a nice tie waist, so that works well. And royal blue is a color that does everybody justice on camera. So royal blue and specific shades of red look nice on nearly everybody. And blue, for some reason, makes you look more approachable and seem friendlier. So anytime you're on a job interview or sending in a resume reel or anything like that, you should try to include something of you wearing a royal blue color, because it makes you seem, you know, like somebody they should hire. Here is a Ivanka Trump, you know, sleeveless dress, and I love this shade of blue. It's very aquamarine, the starburst that's like really famous among people in TV. My only problem with this dress is that it's sleeveless, and sometimes my arms look much bigger than they really are on camera. So I only wear this after I've been working out for a while and doing like specifically arm workouts, or if I were going to wear a blazer, I would wear it with a dress like this so that I'm not showing off my arms too much. This is one of my favorites. This is another Ralph Lauren dress, and I die for this pattern. It's very nice, you know, floral. It's not super busy, and when I wear it, I always get compliments on the dress. It's another cinch waist. That's typically the style I go for. Either a faux wrap dress or cinch waist works really nice for me. Here's another Calvin Klein. So you'll hear me say Calvin Klein, Ralph Lauren, and Tahari dresses. Those work really nice, and I love the styles, the fits. I always know what they're going to look like, so I tend to stick with those brands a lot. So this one is just like a very simple red dress that has, you know, these ties in the front. Kind of a little more oomph, if you know what I mean, but still it's not super revealing. Even though the neckline looks crazy low, it's not. It's another nice one. And then another Calvin Klein. So wrap dress, beautiful red shade that you can tell these last three dresses have all been, you know, similar shade of red. So clearly I like this more than other colors in my wardrobe, but they work really nice for me, and if they work, I'm gonna keep wearing them. So there are a lot of do's and don'ts when it comes to what you should and shouldn't wear on camera, but don't let it discourage you. You're gonna have to go through trial and error and see what looks best on you depending on the camera. You know, if you're in HD or if you're on 4K, that makes a difference. The lighting makes a lot of difference in what looks nice on camera, the type of shots that you're getting when you're on camera. There's so many factors that go into it, so don't be discouraged if you're having a hard time finding things that you love to wear on air. And I'm still trying to build my wardrobe so that I have more diverse pieces, so I don't, you know, consistently wear just my red dresses, even though I love them so much. But if you're looking for places to find business dresses, the clearance racks, I mean, you're gonna get the best deals there. So I would almost never encourage somebody to pay full price for something when you can get it on clearance or on sale, or even at consignment shops. That's where some of my things have come from. Using things like Poshmark is a great resource, or Style Encore, which is, you know, specific to Orlando when I lived there. But there's so many options, so go to the sales racks. Macy's, Dillard, JCPenney's, Nordstrom Rack, all of those places. They have sales. Utilize that. Don't pay full price if you don't have to. Also, another good one is going on Amazon and just typing in, you know, professional dresses or TV news anchor wardrobe, things like that. You're going to find pieces that look stunning, that are affordable, and are going to work for you. It's all just a matter of trying them out yourself and seeing what you like best. So I hope everybody enjoyed this video. If you want more content like this, make sure you like, subscribe, share, all of that jazz down below, and stay tuned for more things in the future.